Welcome to another episode of the Out of Bounds podcast. I'm your host, Jalen, with Darnell, Danny, and AJ. Well, what are we tackling today? Today we're going to tackle the NFL Offseason, and we're going to run some NBA Hypotheticals. So, we got a lot of talent in the free agent market this upcoming offseason, especially in the running back department. Couple names to throw out there: Tony Pollard, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley.
Is Derrick Henry one?
Yeah. We
Derrick
got any?
Henry. Yeah, that's a big one.
We got any ideas who should go where? Why?
You know, I kind of think Saquon probably will resign in New York.
Why do that to yourself, though?
They can be a good team, but I don't know. This is just such a coin flip. It just means like
Let's
people
start
can
with
have
this.
success.
Who should their quarterback be?
Not Danny Dimes. That's
Okay,
for sure.
I was gonna say I didn't know
Danny
if you
Dimes. Not Danny Dimes.
I don't know where
Absolutely
their
not.
success is going to be. Did
I
you just
know.
say you? Wait a second.
What?
It'd be better
What
than.
are you talking
It'd be
about?
better
You
than.
just sneak that in?
It'd be better than Daniel Jones at this point.
I think I'd be pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie. But honestly, no, I
There's
don't.
so many free agents.
Yeah, I like him staying. Like if he wants to make the most money, he does.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the most money out of New York.
He
Derrick
plays
Henry's
running
going.
back. So.
But is it worth the money? Like, let's go back 2 years, right?
Uh-huh.
Who was the running back for the Eagles when they went to the Super Bowl?
Oh,
See,
Want to say Singletary, maybe?
that
it wasn't
sounds right.
It wasn't Singletary. It was
Singletary
uh,
with the Bills already.
so
Yeah, I
right.
think so.
It was. It wasn't Swift.
The other one that wasn't Swift, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew it wasn't
Was it
DeAndre
Clement?
Swift.
Did you say that? It was Smile Sanders. It had
Sanders, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the Eagles running back during the Super Bowl, right? Sanders enjoyed his time there. I mean, he had a winning season. His team went to the Super Bowl.
No
he
ring.
took a paycheck over his happiness, and he went to Carolina. Carolina won 2 games, so it's not really always about the money.
I'm sure he's happy behind the scenes.
Yeah. And either way it went, he still don't got a Super Bowl.
That's a really good point.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, he did have success, but he didn't get a ring. Then why are you going to go to a team where you're 100% not going to get a ring after you're that close?
I mean, he gonna get snaps for sure.
Unless you're planning on selling the ring, it's not money.
And the way it's looking, like if you're not playing in Kansas City, you're not getting a ring anyway. So like, the way it's
I got
looking.
some talk
Well,
about Kansas City later.
Joseph Shiesty is healthy, and
What that mean?
I
He
have
was
faith in
healthy
him.
when
Hey,
they
hey. He is the only quarterback besides Tom Brady that has been able to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
And Pat Mahomes got his lick back the next season.
That's true.
I still think that next year, I think that Baltimore is going to be really good. And I think that
I think
Baltimore
Baltimore's
Chiefs
gonna-
game is going to be very interesting.
Okay, take
Baltimore's
this.
gonna stay good for a
Take
little
this
while, I
because
feel
you
like.
are
Right.
a Baltimore's fan,
Uh-huh.
and you're just a football fan, right?
Right.
What if you trade Kyle Hamilton, a couple picks, and add Justin Jefferson to your
Yeah, I
offense?
immediately looked at him.
Hell no.
That's me and Jalen were talking about this
That's
before the show.
Right, that's
but
literally a potential
So
trade.
no Kyle Hamilton, no Roquan. Probably not re-signing Roquan. I mean, probably not signing Patrick Queen back. But Justin, that is tough.
Yeah,
Okay, then.
for Jettas,
Okay,
dude,
then.
For
But
Jettas,
Kyle Hamilton is like generational.
yes, and that's
Why-
a big blow to the defense.
Yeah.
Okay,
I would
what's
say-
going on where all these ESPN analysts are putting Justin Jefferson and first-round picks in the same trade and sending them to people? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, here I got this thing pulled up.
I don't understand.
Here's the first one: Justin Jefferson, the Bears for the number 1 overall.
I saw
pick.
one where he's
That's not
going
gonna
to
happen.
New England.
I saw
Where he's
New
going to the
England
Patriots for it's him and 2 first-round picks.
Wait, say that the Bears.
just for the number 1 overall pick. That's
Now,
How
I
do I
would
do
give
it?
no. The
Only-
first and the 9th,
Uh-huh.
or the first and the second round, but just the first in it.
just the
No,
first
I
overall
can't.
pick. That's it. Nothing else for Justin
For
Jefferson.
the Vikings, that's not
That's
good enough.
not good for the
Okay,
Vikings. Yeah,
It's not good enough for the
we're-
Vikings, obviously.
I think you got to trade DJ Moore. If you're going to go to the Bears, you got to try to get DJ Moore back.
Why would Justin Jefferson be traded in this at all? In my opinion, he's top 2 wide receivers in the game.
Because his contract's going to be up and he wants to leave.
And then I think like Kirk Cousins is up in there also.
He's 35.
I think
and
that they should
he's-
move on from
Injuries, they're going to move on from him. I
well,
just
Jay
don't know
Jettis
when.
loves Kirk Cousins.
That's a shame, buddy.
But he's not going to win a Super
Grow
Bowl
up.
with him, and he realizes that. There's some bad
I mean, the Vikings
trades
don't
on
have
here,
a
but
defense at all. I don't think that's like they.
I can't name a single defensive player.
that's why I feel like for the Vikings, the Kyle Hamilton trade's a very good trade, but it's just not great for the Ravens.
The Ravens aren't making that trade.
I don't think so either.
And is Justin Jefferson in that trade as well?
Which one?
And
The Ravens? Yeah.
Ravens trade.
Yep.
What's that look like?
I've been on Ravens Twitter recently, and I've seen a lot of like Derrick Henry and Saquon. to
Derrick
Baltimore.
Henry's a big one. Oh,
Can you guys
another one.
afford him?
Huh?
Can you guys afford Derrick Henry?
Another one's Justin
I ain't
Jefferson to
even
the
looking
Jets
into
for
it
3
'cause I don't
first
want it to
rounders.
happen. Like I
Now,
get it
that
don't
right
want it to
there,
happen.
that's a real trade.
because the running game is already like the best in the league. It's like, can we get some more pass catching?
Right.
Did you
So
hear?
answer me this.
Did you hear that one, Darnell?
What?
Jefferson to the Jets for 3 first rounders. And the Ravens one is Jefferson to the Ravens for Kyle Hamilton and 2 draft picks.
I don't hate the one with the Jets because they already have their defense. It's like,
They could see now that takes me back to Saquon.
But then you would need
want
a
to stay there
real-
and have to play in the same stadium as
You
the
need a
Jets? I
real
know that's a
backup
sense.
quarterback for Rodgers.
You do.
You can't.
You
do
can't have
that
Zach
with
Wilson.
Zach
I feel like that
Wilson.
was a freak accident. Though.
I think it was.
It
too.
was a
Yeah.
freak accident.
But he
No
is
one- no one
also
pressed-
older than he was.
He's like
last year.
38 or something, 36, something
But
like that.
y'all see, that doesn't really matter for quarterbacks anymore. Like,
Oh.
especially if they're elite. Because Breeze was elite to like 40. Brady was elite to like 55.
Yeah, but the things that make
Brady would
Aaron
probably still come back and
Rodgers
throw a touchdown.
that level of elite is like his play extension, right? And if you don't have any legs,
And he's been so good at like moving out of the pocket when there's a lot
Right.
of pressure and getting open, making time for himself to make good throws, good passes. But
and he already wasn't athletic.
yeah, and now
Who?
you
Not as
Oh,
athletic.
okay, okay.
Like
as,
now-
as the freaks on the other side, the 300-pound refrigerators that are sprinting at him.
and literally just putting all their body weight on top of it.
Right.
So. See, yeah, I don't.
But I think
that's a
with
bad
A-Rod, we
trade.
just have to wait to see how he looks.
Let me find
Comes
this one.
back.
There's
I
no-
do too, but Zach Wilson's just not an NFL caliber quarterback.
No.
Here's the other thing for Justin Jefferson to the Chiefs for Sky Moore and 2 firsts.
I would stop watching the NFL.
Me too.
What?
Me too.
If Justin Jefferson goes to the Chiefs, I'm done.
Sky Moore, Justin Reed, and 2 firsts.
That'd be hilarious.
I actually got to watch
That's a really
more.
good trade for the
not gonna-
Vikings.
That's a good trade for the Vikings. It is, but I'm not watching football anymore if the Chiefs get Justin Jefferson.
I'm
It'd be
definitely
so
tuning
boring.
in. That's going to be some of the greatest football we've ever seen.
Yeah, from one team just blowing everybody else out.
It's not
That's
fair.
beautiful.
That's no longer. That's no longer fun anymore. It's not
fun.
competitive.
That's not
And
entertaining.
you're not going to see something like that every day.
I don't need to see it. No
I
days.
don't.
It's like the Dodgers.
I don't
It'd
think
be
that
like
that
the
trade
Dodgers.
would be made.
Sorry, I'm biased. I kind of like them. That's crazy.
If the Vikings make this
And I'm
trade, are
sick of
they
the
saying that,
Chiefs
that
trotting
they're
out.
not going to be good next year?
I think them making this trade is them saying that they're giving up and they're going to start a rebuild.
Okay.
And try to build from the ground
Also, I
up.
might have some GOAT agendas to push if he gets Jay Jettas. I'm not going to lie.
I mean,
If Mahomes gets
Okay, answer
Jettas-
this. If
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mahomes get Jetta
if
and they
Mahomes,
don't get a ring, is that the equivalent to Brady getting Moss?
Yeah, not getting the ring.
okay.
Probably, yeah.
if Mahomes wins another ring at all in his career, I think that he passes.
Passes who?
I don't know if he
Ooh.
passed. I don't know if he
I don't know if he.
passed.
I think if he wins another one within the next like 2 seasons, then I would.
Aren't
then
you
I
the
would
same
say-
guy who said Jordan was better than LeBron? So
Yeah.
what is Mahomes? How does Mahomes
Man,
beat
it's a different
Brady?
sport,
Okay,
though.
yeah, we ain't gonna go into that. That's another time.
I'm here for it.
Another time. Another time.
Okay.
Where do you guys think Derrick Henry's going to go? Like, what's the viable option for him?
Maybe I'm biased, but I know that Dallas is a good market. y'all did not support me with that.
No, I'm hearing you out.
I wouldn't. I can't. You can't do him like that. You can't do him like that. He's going to go to Dallas with hopes of winning, and he's just going to lose in the first round every time,
I mean,
or in the wild card.
because Dak
For the
Prescott
Packers.
But I
was a
mean,
game changer.
to the
Are the,
Packers
Titans,
will
are
not
the
have him
Titans
there.
getting to the playoffs?
No,
Okay, then go to Dallas.
Yeah.
and then losing the. I mean, it's still like you're still not winning nothing. You're still not winning a ring.
Wait, no, Mike Vrabel's not in.
Only
Tennessee.
one team wins.
Mike
a ring.
Vrabel didn't even get a position.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
That's the only coach that
he
didn't.
can't win a ring in Dallas. He can't.
Well,
Dak
So
Prescott's
what is
not
Dallas missing that they need to get that ring?
a quarterback that can actually
yeah.
perform in the playoffs.
and they not.
I
getting
mean, they
one
got
of
Trey
those.
Lance back up.
Well, we don't know what Trey Lance is.
We didn't know what Brock Purdy could do, so put Lance up there. He got hurt
I
when they
think.
put
I
him up
think.
there.
I think they
Brock
deserve.
Purdy
They
got,
should
like, the
give
best
Lance a
roster
chance.
in the NFL.
They should give Lance a
Top
chance just to see what he can do. Throw him in there for one game, just see what he can do, and then if he like impresses you, then you can start thinking, oh, maybe if he's consistent, if he can play in the playoffs, maybe we have a new starter here.
Because then your clock starts ticking again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's transition over to the draft and the possible picks and whatnot. Bears still holding the first pick. Do you think they are going to use it as a trade? Do you think they're going to get a receiver for Fields, or is Fields gone? Somebody
I'm going
said
back
that
to
they
my
might.
original. I think that they keep their pick and trade Fields.
You think? Yeah. That's what I'm going to
If
say.
I'm
too.
a
I think
team
they keep,
trading to them, Fields is way cheaper than this first round pick, and I don't know if he's that much worse than Caleb Williams will be.
Well, the thing is, Caleb Williams has never touched the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly.
and it's a lot to just put all your faith in him coming in to start the season. But I think Justin Fields' time's up in Chicago.
I agree. I think it's best for both parties to move on.
Because I think the longer he stays there, he's just going to start hating football. He's like, the longer he's there, he's just not going to have fun.
Unfollowing people on Instagram.
He just ain't want football on his timeline. That was all.
Because he got to play with the Bears. He needs to clear his mind.
Yeah, imagine how much he'd be posting if he was like on like the Chiefs or something. Exactly.
Would love life. I was just scrolling through Twitter this morning, and I did see like if he could go to the Rams and back up Stafford for a couple years.
Oh,
That would be nice for him.
That would.
That would be really nice for him.
I hope
that
they
would be
do right by him.
actually. That's probably the most ideal scenario for him right now. Then he can stay in Southern California too.
Do you think that getting a starting job is not ideal for him right now?
I mean, he's still young.
He's
That's
got.
what-
I think
I
he
mean-
should develop. I think they need to see if he can perform in the NFL before they just throw him in there.
Well, we know he can perform.
I think he's better than people are
Yeah.
remembering.
A lot of things, especially with team sports and like football is the ultimate team game. A lot of this is situational, and so like
You can't. Yeah, I guess you can't really look at his season with USC the past year. Just to dwell on that. You can a little bit, but I mean, they started off so highly ranked. I think they finished the season not ranked.
How do y'all feel about Jaden Daniels?
He's gonna be a dog. He's gonna be a dog.
Absolutely.
He's gonna be a dog.
Do you think that
I
the
think he-
Patriots get him? I think that's who they should go for.
I like.
I think the Commanders. If I don't know because they got
That was
Howell.
the trade I saw.
Howell.
I think.
So I don't know.
this
I don't
might
know if they'll
sound
put their faith
crazy.
in
And
Howell.
Howell ain't even that bad. if
I
I'm gonna be
think
honest with you.
Daniels has like the highest ceiling in the draft.
What I'm seeing right now on CBS is a lot of people think Drake May is going to go to New England.
That's
I
what
would
they're
hate that
saying
so
online
much.
is that he's probably going to be the best one out of this
I
draft.
don't know if he's gonna be the best one, but I think he has a
Jaden Daniels?
potential
Yeah.
to be the best
Yeah,
one.
I can see that. Yeah, this says Drake May. They think is who's New England's going to draft on CBS.
I would hate that.
Yeah.
That's not
and
good.
then
That
with
would
the
not be
fourth,
good.
then the fourth pick, I think everybody sees this coming unless for some reason Chicago trades up. Marvin Harrison to Arizona, 4th overall.
Maserati Mar.
Okay.
Ooh, I like. Ooh, they're saying Marvin to Arizona. I like that.
First or 4th overall pick.
I love that.
No,
Actually,
it's a no, like what it says right here. It's a no-brainer for the Cardinals.
love that. Yeah.
Are we out on Kyler?
No.
I'm so in.
No.
on Kyler.
I'm
No.
in on him right now.
I'm
Doesn't
so
he have
in.
doesn't his teammates say that he has a gaming problem? Like, dude doesn't know any of the plays or
I mean,
something?
yeah, that was
I ain't heard
he
his
did
team
he
name.
did have that issue, but like he's grown.
Yeah. And then
Is
his coach
he?
was also Cliff Kingsbury.
That's a good point. But has he?
Yeah,
think so.
They
Okay.
well as well as they could. They finished out the season pretty well. They had like a couple big wins. I can't think off the top of my head who they beat like down the stretch.
Do you think Malik Neighbors goes top 5?
Nah, but I like them though.
I think that's right here. They're thinking what's it? Los Angeles Chargers. 5th overall.
Chargers, honestly, I would say they take Bowers before they take him.
I kind of think the same
Bowers
thing.
was a unit as that
Yeah, they-
Georgia
See where-
tight end.
Let me see where they're
And
projecting
then like in the
Bowers.
run game also. He's
Ooh. JJ McCarthy to the Raiders?
Let's talk about the fact that Michigan has 18 players going.
They're screwed, dude. They're so done.
y'all
Brock
watch-
Bowers is projected
they-
18th to Cincinnati. That's a scary team. If Brock Bowers joins the Bengals. Yeah, if Brock Bowers joins the Bengals and I'm the Chiefs, I'm going to get a little nervous.
I don't think so because I think you still have the better defense. Chiefs need to get a wide receiver this offseason, though.
No.
Not just any wide receiver who can catch the ball.
Catch a freaking football.
And maybe a backup tight end that can also
Because
catch
like
a
even though
football.
he keeps pulling it off, it's just like it's a little bit harder.
It's
than
getting
it needs to
harder
be.
and harder and harder.
And then if you're the front office, you're like, well, why do we need to bring in more guys?
Right.
It's like, ooh.
I think JJ McCarthy to the Raiders, very good for the Raiders. It could be very good for them.
I'll have to ask Nolan his take on that one. That man's a diehard Raiders fan, and it broke his heart that he saw a Taylor Swift Super Bowl before he saw a Raiders playoff win.
In L.A. or in Vegas, I mean, of all.
He'll be out.
Dude, that's like their two biggest rivals too, San Francisco and now Kansas City. I was seeing something that they're pretty big rivals to San Francisco. The Raiders from when they were in Oakland.
I can see that. Why are they rivals with Kansas City though?
Same division.
Same division now.
Okay.
Because head coach was like, we literally have the Patrick Mahomes rules.
What does that mean? What are those rules?
So, like, there was I don't remember what team it was, but one team specifically had rules for stopping and getting Michael Jordan in the NBA.
The Jordan rules,
The
which were not Jordan rules. They just fouled the mess up.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so they make sure that they're extremely physical when it comes to playing the Chiefs.
Okay. Interesting. That would be the opposite of what I would do because Pat Mahomes gets penalties like none other.
Oh, my gosh.
And he capitalizes.
Biggest flopper.
Well,
I
is
know,
he flopping if they have the Mahomes rules? Like, is it flopping still, or are you getting annihilated?
They are way too. The refs and just the league in general are way too cautious with Mahomes compared to everybody else.
He a moneymaker.
But still, I mean, you
They
gotta.
have,
it's
the
pit-
NFL is a machine.
They have plenty of money.
If he goes down, somebody else will start winning Super Bowls,
Yeah.
and they'll just turn him into a superstar.
Who is the Chiefs' backup quarterback?
Chad Henne,
No, he retired.
Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, it is.
Blaine Gabbert was with the Bucks.
No, it is Gabbert.
Okay.
Yeah, Henny retired last season. Last season was his last one. He was the goat of backups, though. If you ask me, like,
He was better than Brian Leftwich, Charlie Batch. Who else in there? It's a
dude,
lot
but
of
what I
backups.
was saying about the Chiefs and their flags, dude. I mean, yeah, I get he's their moneymaker and you want to protect him, but at the same time, like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's too many flags that you're giving just for him. Like he's not like he won't even. He'll be like on the hatches, like going straight up the field, not even remotely like angling to go out of bounds. He'll get pushed out of bounds. They'll
Yeah.
call late hit or whatever.
I still remember that game against the Bengals. That man was like out of bounds right here. What are you touching? Why are you touching the
that was
quarterback?
just stupid. That was
an actual penalty.
That should have been a flag.
Yeah.
That one should have been a
And
flag.
then
But
your
there's so
boy-
many times where he just gets like pushed out of bounds while he's still in bounds and not even trying to go
Wasn't
out.
that the same
They'll
game
call
where
it a
your
flag.
boy threw 2 picks?
Yeah, we don't got that.
That's not what we're worried about. All right, we got a quick segue, right? That's how we slide from the NFL. We move over to the NBA. 2 of the greatest individual performances in a quarter in recent memory. And I need y'all to tell me which one is more impressive.
Klay Thompson's.
Kansas City, Tyreek Hill, 203 receiving yards in a quarter. That's up and down the entire field 2 times in a quarter. Or Klay Thompson getting 37 points in 1 quarter.
Yeah, Klay Thompson.
I'm taking Tyreek. I'm 100% taking
Football,
Tyreek.
the ultimate team game.
I'm
So,
taking-
like,
37 points in a quarter.
I get how crazy that is.
How much time is in that
And
quarter?
he only dribbled like 3
Doesn't
times.
matter.
Right? I don't know. That's hard for me to pick.
Like, if you want me to be, that's like 10 shots. You can shoot 10 shots in a quarter. 10
These-
3-pointers, that's 30.
These things are hard to do in a video game.
Exactly. It's hard.
Like
You have
Both
a-
of these things are hard to do in a video game.
like that's the
Yeah.
crazy part.
You
Well, I
have
mean-
a good game if you can get 100 to 120 yards receiving, right? You have a great game if you can get 150 yards or more in a game. This man got 200 yards receiving in 1 quarter.
You gotta-
How is that not mind blowing? How is that not
Well, that's
the
the
greatest?
same
both
thing with
games
the
are
37. That's the same.
It's a crazy game if you. It's a good game if you get 20. It's a great game if you get 30. And if you get 37, you're having an amazing game. You got that in 12 minutes.
And if
It's the same thing.
And like I said earlier with the team sports stuff, the way Klay Thompson plays, it wasn't even really dependent on Klay Thompson because he doesn't dribble.
All he had to do was catch and shoot it.
No, like he coming
All
off
he had to do
screen,
was
so it's like
shoot it down. All he had to do was catch the ball and put it in the rim, guys, from
see,
3-point line.
Well,
I'm
we could
taking-
say the
I'm
same
taking
thing with the
Tyreek.
receiver. All you have to do was run and catch the ball. Like it's still really hard.
But
It is
with the
really
receiver, you have people that are allowed to like physically stop you.
11.
11
Basketball,
people
a contact
physically
sport.
stop you, grab you, pull you down, no matter what.
They can grab you.
I'm
trip
sure.
you up.
I'm sure on the other side they were saying we need to do something to get Klay Thompson to miss a shot.
Yeah, they can grab you in basketball. It's just
Yeah,
the thing
it's
with
just a
off ball.
foul.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna get like locked in the ball watching in basketball. It's just hard not to do that.
That's true.
So
I don't know,
your pick is Klay Thompson.
Yes.
You?
Tyreek.
You?
I gotta pick.
Yes.
Man, I'm gonna go Tyreek.
I'm also go Tyreek.
I'm
That's just
gonna
crazy.
say though,
I'm gonna be honest
I'm
with
not
you.
trying to discredit Klay Thompson at all.
'Cause that was
That's
an
still
amazing- like,
extremely
you'll never see that
impressive.
again.
No, not at all.
No, that's still extremely impressive.
He didn't even. Yeah.
Who? Let's find out who they did this.
And then the way he
Who were they-
plays,
who
he's
were they
not getting
both
double.
playing?
This is AJ's got a good point.
because you
who
can't
they
double.
do
You
it
look for
against.
you look for Clay. You look for Tyreek. Who were they playing in that they were?
Man, they playing at the top league regardless. So, what game? 200 yard in a quarter. First quarter, man.
Sacramento Kings in 2015. So we're looking at bottom of the league.
They
here.
played the Bucks in 2020. That was like one of the greatest defenses. Like,
Yeah.
That's right. That's okay. Okay.
All right. So then we go Tyreek.
The Bucks defense was something else. That was
They
got their lick
Sacramento
back.
Kings at that time were like pace
they got their lick
masters.
back though.
they did.
200 is crazy.
No, honestly.
Against the Bucks defense.
In 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Really? Yeah.
All right. I got a hypothetical for you guys. What is your big three looking like? Right. You get to pick one from each row. Your franchise big: Embiid, Wemby, Giannis.
Well, I want to know how the rest of the team.
Oh, you want to do? Okay, I didn't know if y'all want
Oh,
to
we're
do that
going one by one.
I thought we might go one by one, but we could also do. I could give you all of them.
I mean,
I just didn't want
I
you
know
to try
who
to
I'm
forget.
picking from that group of players.
Are you being biased or are you being realistic?
Both.
I'm not picking freaking Wemby yet.
Mm-hmm.
Embiid would body him. He already scored like 70 on him. And then Giannis, you have to take his brother, and then there's problems with that. So.
No.
If I ain't got to see Embiid in play, if I'm not in the same conference as Embiid, I'm like not gonna think about Embiid ever.
All right, I'll give you the rest of the options. Right. Your second option is Garland.
Did he just wait? Did he just like try to say that Embiid's ducking out here?
No, I didn't say I was ducking. I was just saying I could live within 2 games if you're not in the same conference.
Okay.
I'm never gonna see you. I'm not gonna say Embiid's never gonna make the finals, but I could bet on it.
Okay. Your second option is Darius Garland, Josh Hart, or Jalen Williams.
Dude, I'm gonna be completely.
Why they give us
honest, dude. I
role
don't
players
follow
for the
that
second row?
Exactly.
any of those people.
Oh God.
Okay.
And then
You
your
want me to sit out on this one?
yeah, you can.
Okay, because I didn't know how any of those people were on that
It threw
second
me
row.
off too that they put in role players.
That second
Garland's not a
row, I
role
was like,
player.
who is it? I didn't know any of those players, or I'll sit out for this one.
Well, let's go.
And your valuable vet,
Okay.
Derek White, Julius Randle, or DeMar DeRozan.
Derek White's in vet territory.
Give me Derek White, Josh Hart, and Giannis.
No, give me Garland. Give me Garland and Embiid. And what was the last 3?
We're great defensively. We can space the floor.
Derek White, Randle, and DeRozan.
And then this is just like we're having just like default 60 overalls around him. Give me Randall, Embiid, Garland.
I see he decided to go big on that one. That's not a bad choice.
Oh, I'm out of this one. All I knew from the third row too is DeMar DeRozan. That
My
was about it.
my thought process is like that. Those 3 offense. You could do either a pick and roll with Embiid or Randall, whoever guy you want to get more tired, essentially. And then you have Garland on that. With Embiid, you have a pick and pop, which he does too much.
Mm-hmm.
He probably should have go to the rim more. But I don't think that offensively, if you have a 3 like that, which the Sixers are trying to figure out, they're trying to get something like that with Maxey, Embiid. Tobias just sucks. So that's your problem.
Do we need to add him to his list of players?
Yeah, bro.
No,
It's
I don't want him on my list.
Okay.
But everybody else, Doc, he said, the Doc said the other day that he was happy with how his stint with the Sixers went. Imagine that.
No,
imagine failing at your job and
Think
being
about it.
successful.
Think about it. He got his star player MVP. He got paid. I don't know.
No, you're terrible.
Got
All
his
right.
money.
This is where we are with the power rankings, right? Boston is still number 1, 45-12 record. Minnesota is at the 2 in power rankings, tied with OKC in record at 40-17, and OKC is 3. The Clippers are 4th, and Denver is 5th. Those are your top 5 teams right now.
Where'd the Rockets go?
The Houston Rockets?
Yeah, didn't they drop more after they lost to the Thunder?
Rockets are bad.
I don't think the Rockets we're going to make the playoffs like 10 games into the season?
No, I just mean, aren't they like even worse? Aren't they just progressively getting worse?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They trying.
They're trying. That's all that matters. They're trying.
No, they could make the play. They not far out.
No, because
So what's the question here? Who am I taking out of the top 5 right now?
yeah,
I mean, I'm still going to go
best odds to.
with the Nuggets.
Are you on ESPN?
You can't go against Jokic in the playoffs.
Do you think that Jokic will pass Westbrook for most triple doubles? Because I don't feel like Westbrook's still playing. He's not playing
I
as
don't know what
efficially as
those
he was in
numbers are.
OKC, and
Well, he has a different role.
but
Maybe not. Probably not.
Jalen, I don't want to cut you off, but CBS has different power rankings than ESPN.
hit me.
Celtics are still 1, but 2 is OKC, 3 is Denver, 4 is the Bucks, 5 is Minnesota.
Bucks. I know they had those.
OKC being up that high is kind of crazy to me.
I'm very
If the
proud of him.
Clippers stay healthy,
Knicks
give me
at
the
6,
Clippers.
Cavs at 7.
And I am interested. I want them to go to the playoffs and play against a good defensive team because I'm interested on how a team that isn't layups and threes only, a team that uses the mid-range and puts players into the post, I want to see how that looks like in today's defense. I want to see if playoff defense can scheme enough to trap in those weird short corner spots. I just want to see what it looks like in this day in basketball. We don't have any teams like this.
Wait, which team specifically?
Thunder. I'm talking about the Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Offensively.
Oh, for sure.
I think that with them, they attack the rim a lot, but they also let Shai hit those mid-range shots. He's not really a guy that's going to go out and shoot 12 threes a night. He might shoot 2 most nights.
Like, let's say hypothetically, like, you stopped the season today and there was, like, no playing, right? I know that's not going to happen. But they play the Kings in the first round, which is, like, they could probably win that. It would be hard, but they're going to win
That'd be a really good series to watch.
They would either they would probably play Denver because Denver's the 3rd seed, right?
That would be a fun series to watch.
Yeah.
That gives me another question about how you guys feel about the play-in tournament, because as like a not very big basketball person, I don't like it.
I love the play-in.
I think if you're not going to make the play, if you didn't have a good enough season to make
It's
the
a
playoffs,
wild card. It's a wild card
Yeah.
from baseball.
Yeah, because those teams are making
it's the wild card.
It's
Yeah.
what it is,
Oh,
essentially.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like just like the
It's-
bottom few teams like get a chance.
It's not the bottom,
Like
but
like
it's
fill up before 20, like 18, 19, 20, something like that.
no, it's right before 8. So it's like you take the top 8 guys used to go into the playoffs, and now 7, 8, 9, and 10
Play
are
each
in the
other.
play-in.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
basically just a wild card
Forget I
situation,
said anything.
which I do like it. It's not a real playoff game. That's what needs to be understood. It's not a real playoff game.
And I wouldn't consider any of these like play-in teams as a threat unless, well, we got the Warriors, so that's a threat. Actually, in the West is crazy.
The West could have some
You
crazy
could win a
competition.
5-game win streak and you can go from 9th to 3rd. Like that's how close they are over there.
Because this is how the play-in is looking.
That's crazy.
The Kings are at 7, the Mavs are at 8, the Lakers are at 9, and the Warriors are at 10. That's a bloodbath.
That's gonna be a fun
That's
play.
a bloodbath.
Are you talking about the power rankings? Real
No,
quick?
these are the ranking rankings.
Those are like the actual standings.
Like the Warriors are finally starting to
God,
click.
dude.
Like the Lakers.
I'm scared of the Warriors.
Are the Warriors starting to click just because they're just going like real toxic? I don't think they're starting to click though.
I mean, if they win a game more than they win.
I feel like you gotta see
they're
like
scary
the
team.
patterns with this Warriors team this year. That they get too excited or something. Like they can't control themselves as human beings, as adult men. They cannot control themselves, and it's embarrassing.
Oh,
So I think that we go. I think that we
act
get
like they've been here before.
Steve Kerr still there?
Draymond
Yes,
act like
he's
he's
doing
been
it.
somewhere. That's not.
You know, yeah.
It's not the bench.
You think Steve Kerr's part of the issue? Or do you think he's just not doing anything to
Yes,
help fix
yes,
it?
but I'm definitely biased against
I-
Steve Kerr.
I sent Jalen DeMar DeRozan's podcast on Saturday, and it was basically DeMar DeRozan and Draymond talking. It was a very intimate, personal conversation. It was definitely one of those conversations I felt like I shouldn't have heard.
Right.
But it was basically Draymond Green talking about how like he like can't go to therapy. Like he just can't get himself to do it. Y'all quit laughing. Quit laughing. But I was just like, man. And those were one of those conversations I didn't need to hear.
No, but
It's not funny. It's just like it's just the context. I
No,
guess.
it makes sense. It's like, well,
yeah, it makes a lot of sense. He needs to go to therapy.
he needs to go.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan really be in his ear telling him like
He's got a
gotta go.
podcast, dude. He should have like some sort of therapy company like sponsor him. Go for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out DeMar DeRozan.
Do it on the
He
pod.
doing
And I mean,
Lord's
he's.
work.
By himself.
Most of the country knows who he is. So
Draymond?
yeah,
Yeah, but I
So-
feel like most of the country doesn't like him.
I like Draymond.
And that concludes another episode of the Out of Bounds podcast. For the listeners who've made it this far, as always, thank you for your time.